Good morning, athletes. My name is Coach Josh, and this is your Daily Dose. Today, my friends, we are going to talk about two things that you can apply to not only your fitness, but also hopefully in other areas of your life as well. Two things we're going to talk about today, novelty and nuance. And really, novelty, when it comes down to it, by definition, is the quality of being new, unusual, or original. And nuance, being the flip opposite of the coin, is a subtle difference in or shade of meaning, right? So breaking down novelty first, guys, novelty is what we experience anytime we do something that is different. It's a lot of the reason that we fell in love with CrossFit, and we talk about drinking the Kool-Aid with CrossFit right off the bat, is because there's a lot of new things that we're doing that we are enjoying, and it keeps us coming back because of the newness of what we are going through. Really, when it comes down to it, right now, guys, it is really cool and appropriate for novelty to be entering into our lives because of the crazy times that we're in. Novelty makes time go a little bit, makes time go by a little bit faster, and also makes that time a little bit more enjoyable because you haven't experienced those things yet by definition. Novelty right now is something that I would be looking to do a little bit more of and include a little bit more in my life. But let's say the opposite of not novelty being nuance, but the backside of novelty is, by definition, it has a shelf life, because once you experience that new thing so many times, it's not new anymore, and it kind of just becomes the thing that you're doing and have done. And then also, novelty is very beginner-minded. Again, by definition, this is something that is new, so you can't necessarily be progressive when it comes to novelty because it's just in your experience. Like I said, right now, it's typically a great time to think about novelty and how we can interact with that a little bit more in our lives as we have this little bit less restricted schedule and more time on our hands. Novelty will help out create a little bit more fun in your day. But what we hope novelty turns into is we hope novelty turns into nuance, right? Retouching on that definition, a subtle difference in or shade of meaning. Now, nuance is, instead of it being the same old back squat that you used to do where it was fun because you've never done back squats before when you started and it was a novel experience, so it was fun. Now back squats become to you something you focus on. You focus on an aspect, a subtle aspect. Maybe it's your foot positioning, maybe it's your bracing, maybe it's your posterior chain engagement, but you're focusing on a subtle aspect of a skill that used to be novel to you. This is where we talk about it getting a little bit boring and mundane, especially to beginners, because they haven't had enough repetitions that it's not novel anymore, so they're not quite ready for the nuance of that movement. Also with nuance, there's no timeline with this. It is not, in 6 weeks you're going to be a master of that, or in 12 weeks or a year or 10 years or whatever. There is no timeline to this. And the beauty of that not having a timeline is this becomes master-minded or masterful mind, where you are trying to master that individual subtle difference of what you're trying to achieve. We talked about it with a squat, but in other areas of life, this could relate to maybe like reading. And instead of just reading words on a page, now we're actually thinking about taking those words into our mind and thinking a little bit more mindfully about what do those words mean when I put them together. What are they trying to teach me in this book or in this article? I'm not just reading for the sake of reading anymore, but I'm focusing on making sure that I'm reading every word, pausing where there's appropriate pauses, and finishing a sentence where there's appropriate finishes. So when it comes down to it, guys, novelty and nuance, they're opposite ends of the coin. Novelty for right now is a great opportunity to make the days go by a little bit faster and have some fun with them. Nuance is what we hope your novelty turns into, where you can masterfully focus on an individual aspect of what used to be a novel thing and turn that into something you're a little bit more of a master or masterfully minded about. Guys, that's your daily dose, novelty, nuance. Go out there, guys, get it and enjoy your day. Thanks, guys.